Hello, welcome to VNews Broadcast Daily. Following today's top stories.
President Chung Tan-sung and Prime Minister Win Tan-zung congratulate Barack Obama on his re-election as President of the United States. National Assembly deputies adopt a resolution detailing the country's socio-economic development plans for 2013. Vietnam and Denmark agreed to boost economic and trade cooperation to raise two-way trade to $1 billion in the near future.
President Chung Tan-sung and Prime Minister Win Tan-zung on November 7th congratulated Barack Obama on his re-election as President of the United States.
The two leaders said they are pleased with the important progress made in Vietnam-U.S. relations during Barack Obama's first term. Cooperation has widely developed in many fields of politics, economics, science, technology, education training, defense, security, as well as humanitarian activities such as dealing with the aftermath of war. The two countries have also worked closely at regional and international levels on issues of shared concern, they said. The leaders also expressed their strong belief that mutual relations will be refreshed with President Obama's second term, promoting peace, stability, and development in Asia-Pacific and the wider world.
Deputies at the ongoing sessions of the 13th National Assembly have adopted the resolution detailing the country's 2013 socio-economic development plans. During their November 8th sitting, the resolution was passed with 91.77% of vote.
The overall aims for 2013 are to ensure the macroeconomy remains stable with a lower inflation rate and higher growth rate than 2012. Accelerate the implementation of three groundbreaking strategies attached to economic restructuring and changing growth model. Guarantee public security and social welfare. Improve external relations by effectively integrating internationally. Maintain defense, security, and ensure socio-political stability and create a solid foundation for development to flourish in the coming years.
Vietnam and Denmark have agreed to boost economic and trade cooperation to raise two-way trade to $1 billion in the near future. This was reached during the talks between Prime Minister Win Tan-zung and his Danish counterpart Helle Thorning-Schmidt in Hanoi on November 8th.
Danish Prime Minister Helle Thorning-Schmidt was greeted at a ceremony held today. Denmark established diplomatic ties with Vietnam in 1971. Two-way trade between Denmark and Vietnam reached $421 million in 2011. It is the largest sponsor of Vietnam's effort to deal with climate change. At their talks, the two prime ministers agreed to focus their strategic partnership on climate change, the environment, energy and green growth. Dung praised development projects funded by Denmark that were focused on clean water supplies, environmental pollution and vocational training. Thorning-Schmidt stated that Denmark wanted to strengthen its ties with Vietnam, especially in developing a green economy, renewable energies, maritime transport, the oil and gas industry and adapting to climate change. She said Denmark strongly supports the settlement of the East Sea dispute by peaceful means and in accordance with international law. The Scandinavian country will also foster Vietnam's relationship with the EU. Following their talks, both leaders witnessed the signing of several agreements concerning corporate reform, energy and the oil and gas industry. Vietnam and Denmark have pledged to work hand in hand on the advancement of indoor energies under an agreement signed on November 7th in Hanoi. Denmark hopes that by assisting Vietnam in using indoor energies and reducing greenhouse gases, it will help the local economy increase its competitive edge. Vietnam was among the nations Denmark selected as strategic partners in fighting global climate change. Minister of Construction Nguyen Dinh Dung said Vietnam also needs Denmark's help in building green urban areas that meet international standards.
Vietnam wants to bring its ties with New Zealand in all aspects to a higher level. Prime Minister Nguyen Dinh Dung affirmed that at his reception for New Zealand Foreign Minister Murray Macquarie in Hanoi on November 7.
Prime Minister Dung suggested that Vietnam and New Zealand boost cooperation in politics, diplomacy, trade, investment, education and defense, as well as support each other at UN and regional forums. He also asked for New Zealand's continued support for Vietnam's standpoint in the East Sea issue, especially ASEAN's six-point principle on the East Sea. Murray Macquarie told his host that he had successful talks with Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh with a host of measures to foster bilateral ties broadly and more effectively. He said meetings and exchanges of delegations at all levels are important to the relations between New Zealand and Vietnam, especially in economics, trade, education and training. Also on November 7, Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh held talks with Macquarie. Minh stated that cooperating with South Pacific countries, including New Zealand, is of key importance to Vietnam. In reply, Macquarie said New Zealand considers Vietnam as one of its most promising partners in the Asia-Pacific region. He pledged to maintain the provision of official development assistance for the country. The two sides agreed to hold a joint trade and economic commission meeting and adopt a double taxation avoidance agreement to bump bilateral trade over the $1 billion mark by 2015. They consented to maintain the exchange of high-ranking delegations and boost cooperation in security and national defense and in other fields.
Visiting Uruguayan Vice President Daniel Estri wants Vietnam to choose Uruguay as a gateway to export goods to the common market of South America, Mercosur. He talked with business people in Ho Chi Minh City on November 7.
Estri co-chaired a seminar on Vietnam-Uruguay business opportunities in the city with the participation of more than 100 Vietnamese enterprises. He provided information on Uruguay's strengths as well as incentives the country grants to those who invest and do business there. Estri spoke of his wish that, in the future, more Uruguayan businesses will arrive in the city to seek investment opportunities. Chairman of the Municipal People's Committee Lê Hoàng Quân affirmed that the city will do its utmost to foster all-around ties between the two countries.
Quảng Ninh police have arrested Nguyễn Ngọc Thắng, 38 years old, for transporting what is thought to be a rhino horn in Hùng Thắng Commune, Hạ Long City.
Nguyễn Ngọc Thắng from Thanh Trì district of Hanoi admitted that he was paid 2 million Vietnam đồng or $95 to transport the 3-kilogram horn by a friend. The horn was cut into 3 parts and hidden in his bag. Quảng Ninh police said that it handed over the evidence and suspect to the economic police team under Hạ Long City's police on November 7th for investigation.
3 leading Vietnamese pop singers, Mỹ Linh, Hồng Nhung and Thanh Lam, will appear in the Lua La Autumn-Winter Street concerts starting on November 10.
This is the third time since December 2011 that chamber music has been taken out of the concert hall to entertain people in the street. The name of the concert is Lua La, after a fashion house that is helping back the show. The number of artists has jumped from 20 in the first season last year to 30. The open-air performances will take place on the pavement in front of the music publishing house in Lý Thái Tổ Street. There will be 3 performances each weekend, 1 on Saturday afternoon and 2 on Sunday. And on Sunday afternoons, audiences will be treated to performances by the complete symphony orchestra, including 19 string players, 9 wind players, 1 drummer and 1 singer. The free shows will last from November 10 to December 9th. They are being organized by Lua La, Music Publishing House, and Vietnamese artists under the auspices of Ford Vietnam and Vietcombank.
And this is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.